Okay, let's look at the drive. One of the most important things in a game of squash when you're playing your match is to get your opponent behind you. If you can get them to the back of the court with a good drive, you get a lot of opportunities to volley and attack at the front too. So as you watch here, you'll see the reward there for a great length that puts my opponent out of the rally. If you see it in slow motion, you see us both hustling around the front of the court, trying to get the opponent behind to the back of the court, and I managed to reply with a winning length. So let's break it down. The first thing I want to talk about is the grip. So if we look on the forehand side, when I'm preparing for a shot on the forehand, if the ball is going to be impacted there, obviously at the height of its bounce ideally, when I prepare for the swing, I want to be level with the ball and impacting the swing there. My racket face is open, which means it's not flat, it's not closed, and that gives me the best chance of cutting the ball if I need to, but also of hitting the ball above the tin. If the racket's flat or down, the chances are the ball might go down as well. If you look at the V of your hand, it leads the line of the top edge of your racket. So from that position, with a firm wrist, on impact of the ball, the racket face is open. So now we're looking at the position of the ball relative to my swing, and I'm trying to get in the same position every time so that the swing is natural. The racket face open because I've got the correct grip. If I can get into this position on the ball every single time, when I swing with a natural swing and nice and relaxed follow through, I can impact the ball consistently the same. So I want to be here. My racket face doesn't really change much in relation to the front and the side wall. I've got the biggest area to impact the ball and hit it straight and be consistent. If I hit the ball in front of me there, I've got a very small margin for error with my wrist position and everything to help push it down the wall. So this is a harder shot to play, and in a match I may be in these positions and I'll have to play them, but when I'm practicing, I'm always trying to practice the perfect shot so that in a match I'm up there as well as I can be. So here I am playing forehand drives, ball bouncing in the service box initially, concentrating on moving my feet, getting into position, racket up, and a nice easy follow through. Always looking to have a nice fluent swing, clearing the ball each time, so I'd strike the ball and then move out the way, strike the ball, move out the way, rather than standing still. And as the ball gets warm and I get more settled into the exercise, start hitting the ball deep off the back wall, which involves moving my feet, clearing the ball each time, turning the shoulders. And the backhand swing, the same fundamental thing is that we want to have a nice relaxed swing. When we're hitting the ball, we want it to be as simple and as easy and as natural as possible. On impact with the ball, you want the grip so that your racket face is open. So just like on the forehand side, when you impact the ball, it's actually going to be directed to go up, above the tin. If you hit the ball flat or low like that, the racket face is closed, got a bigger chance of the ball going into the tin. Rather than holding it like a hammer, I'm holding it with a little finger, my leading finger, around the underside of the grip, so that when my wrist is cocked, the racket face is open. So having worked on the forehand side, the forehand grip is like that. It's very simple to change to the backhand grip. It just involves rotating the wrist and cocking the wrist, so that now the backhand side, the racket face is open and ready to impact the ball. Okay. start off warming the ball up, making the ball bounce in the service box, and I'm concentrating on moving my feet to get into position so I can swing nice and smoothly and have that relaxed full swing that I'm talking about. Early preparation, moving my feet quickly so I can let the arm go through the ball, and as the ball gets warmer, start hitting it deeper, start hitting it off the back wall. Again, giving myself plenty of space, turning my shoulders, getting my front foot forward and swinging through nice and relaxed. Let's look at a drill you can do with your partner to practice these drives. So here we are, just rallying down the wall on the left side of the court, getting the ball to the back, but we're making an effort to get to the tee in between each shot, and that creates pressure on ourselves. It would be easy to stand back and just both rotate around at the back of the court, but we're getting right forward, putting pressure on ourselves, at the same time giving ourselves space so we can play that full relaxed swing and use the follow through to help get back to the tee. We look at the same on the right hand side of the court, same practice, moving right up to the tee. As you get more proficient at this exercise, you can get forward of the tee between each shot, and the movement to the back of the court, giving yourself plenty of space so you can approach the ball on the front foot and play that full swing, rack it up early, full swing to get the ball to the back and help you move forward back to the tee. Let's look at another exercise to practice the drives. Introducing the Boston drive, so the player at the front of the court is obviously focusing on their drives and moving back to the tee between each drive. It's important that when you're up the front there, your racket's up early, rack it up, releasing the arm on the follow through, giving yourself plenty of space so you can play that full swing, get the ball into the back corner. Good footwork, trying to go in on your front foot as often as possible and run the ball into the back corner. When you switch over and you're at the back of the court, if you're doing the boast, you can still give yourself the chance to practice your footwork just the same as if you're playing the drives, going in on the front foot, going back to the tee. So you're always moving, playing the boast, but at the same time you could, if you wanted, play a straight drive.